Hi, and welcome to the HR Link, where we have people-first conversations that centre around the humans inside your business. I'm Amy from Grounded HR, and my superpower lies in my ability to zero in on the individual to bring out their unique strengths, whilst helping values-led Australian businesses lead their teams with confidence and care. Here you'll find simple, people-first HR conversations and tips to take the stress out of managing your team and put the humans at the centre of everything. So let's jump in. Has outsourcing your HR been on your to-do list? I know that since COVID, the opportunities for online support and also outsourcing have exponentially grown. And I guess there's still so many businesses out there that don't understand that you can have the best of both worlds in the HR space. Outsourcing HR is absolutely a thing. That is how I operate with all of my clients. There are many different ways that you can work with a business, and I guess I wanted to take you through what the choices are, how it can work for your business, and what the right choice is for your business. And quite often that's related to your business size. A lot of businesses think that this isn't an option and that it's expensive, that it doesn't suit their business size. But the thing is that you're actually putting yourself at risk. There's a risk associated if you do not have someone in the HR space supporting your business. Now, a lot of people rely on their accountants or their bookkeepers, but quite often I have had experiences where those people have provided the incorrect advice. They are specialists in their field. They are specialist accountants or specialist bookkeepers, but they don't understand the legislation. They don't understand how they interact, and also that they don't quite often look at how policies and procedures and other compliance things integrate together. So there's confusion, there's cost fear associated with having a HR resource. And I guess I just want to give you the confidence that there are people out there who care. There are people out there who love what they do and really want to make HR accessible to all. That's our mission. Our mission is to make sure that all businesses can have access to great HR advice when they need it. Now, every business reaches a point where DIYing HR just shouldn't be an option anymore. It's not cutting it, you're feeling stressed about it, and there's a point that you need to seek help, seek support. You didn't go into business to do things alone, and really encourage a partnership. Now, I want to go through what the options are to have HR support. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to start with the most expensive. Now, in-house HR is obviously how big business does it. Big business have their own internal HR resources. For them, it's cost effective to put a person internally rather than have an external consultant who they pay by the hour or on a retainer, and they can have access to that resource at all times. Now, depending on the size of the business, the person's expertise, we're talking about somewhere between 80 and 150K a year in salary per person. So this is expensive. It can look cost effective on a per employee basis if you're a large business, but it's not accessible and it's not attainable for a small business. It's just not an option. In my experience, businesses get to a point of around 40 or 50 employees, and that's the point where they need to employ someone internally. Prior to that point, which is about 98% of businesses in Australia, they need HR support that is more flexible than that. The next option is outsourced HR. Now, this is a service we provide. We call it a HR partner package, and it is a cost-effective and a scalable, flexible solution for your business. It is not the cheapest option. It is probably for businesses in the realm of 15 to 30 employees. And how this works is that usually the consultant, comes into the business as a partner, as a part-time HR resource within the business. So you retain hours per month to do all the things and delegate all the HR tasks to that person. It's like having a team member on a semi-regular basis, but accessing their knowledge and expertise and all of those kind of things. For us, the cost of that with our business is in the realm of just over $2,000 a month. And that is if you are too overwhelmed and cannot do those things yourself and you want to outsource it. Now, quite a number of my clients actually start here and they get us to do a heap of preparation work to move them from being reactive to proactive. And then they move to the next option. So the next option is specifically tailored for small businesses. And that for us is the HR link. There are many different options on the market, but I have had so many poor experiences with some of those options. I'm not saying all. There are many small HR consultancies similar to ours that provide amazing service, but there are a lot that have provided poor service, locked in small businesses for very long contracts that are very expensive and are posing as the best solution, but may not be. So the HR link blends the best of both worlds. So this is a support option where you, as the business owner, are still doing some of the doing, but you are doing it with the right knowledge, the right expertise, and the right support. It brings together both the personalized and the practical. So we want to make sure that we get to know your business, that we are providing the right advice that suits your industry, that suits your award, that suits your business. And we want to make sure it's practical in a small business sense, because so many options out there or solutions that are provided have been created by big businesses and don't actually apply to a small business. So we want this to be accessible and available. Now, at the time of recording, this option is $350 plus GST per month. We've found it so accessible for small businesses to have really great advice, and that's personalized and practical. If you want to, I will reference our previous episode in the show notes. That's where we talked about some of the transformations that have happened inside the HR link, and you might want to go and listen to that episode if you haven't done so already. So I want to reassure you that there are many choices out there for you to access great HR advice. But the right choice really does depend on your stage of business, the size of your team, and also the goals of your business. So as I talked about in each of those areas, it really does depend on, in a generalized sense, how many employees you've got, the complexity of your business, what industry you're operating in, what your capacity is as the business owner to do the doing. I have had businesses that have got way less than 15 employees, but they have accessed our HR partner package because they don't have the capacity to do the doing themselves. Then I've had other that are larger businesses and they feel like they're on top of it, but they just want that backup and they've joined the HR link. So there are absolutely options out there that will suit your business, your stage of business, and you and your team. So if you would like to investigate any of these options, we will put the link in the show notes for our contact form. You can have a no obligation conversation with us around what is the best option for you. And we would love to support your business in whatever way is the right option for you. I hope this has been helpful in shedding a light on how you can outsource HR, but I really look forward to hopefully connecting with your business and having a chat with you around how we could support you. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for joining me today on the HR Link. If you found this episode helpful, make sure you hit subscribe or follow so that you don't miss out on any future episodes. We always aim to help you lead your team with confidence and care. And if you're ready to take the next step, I encourage you to explore the HR Link. It's your HR partner in your pocket. We provide practical, people-first support to Aussie Australian businesses. You'll find the link below. But up until next time, keep leading with clarity, care, and confidence, and we'll see you then.